like to call the monthly meeting of the City of Middletown Industrial Development Agency, our meeting for Tuesday, March 15th, to order. We'll begin with a roll call.
Brito,
Here.
Antoli, DeStefano, Hawkins, Madden.
Here.
Oh, sorry. Also Bruni, Racine, and Kelly.
We've all received the minutes from our January meeting, and hopefully we've had a chance to look them over. Any comments about the minutes? We'll need a motion to accept the minutes from January 18th. Thank you, Mr. Brito. A second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Hawkins. Any questions? All right, and I need a roll.
Brito,
Yes.
Antoli,
Aye.
Stefano, Hawkins,
Yes.
Madden.
Yes. Moving on to our treasurer's report. Kelly and Kelly, you have a report for us?
I am going to defer to Donna Crowley from RBT, who is on the line so she can present the year-end audit.
Thank you.
Donna, you are unmuted and whenever you're ready.
All right. Hi, everybody. How are you? So I believe that you received copies of the draft financial statement and board report. So I just want to quickly recap the financial statement. If you refer to page 1, it's the auditor's report. It's in a little bit different format this year. The opinion is the first thing, and you got a clean opinion, which is what you want. If we continue just to rehab for page 4 and 5, it's a comparison from last year to this year. There really was not much of a change. The revenues, expenses were pretty much the same. The expenses were just a little higher. There was a fee paid to the city of Middletown. And your ending net position just went down this year by $875. And there, if you went all the way to the back, page 14, no findings, which again is what you want. I will just, if there's no questions, is there any questions? Good. We'll move on to the report to the board, which was another PDF that was sent. It's just really required information that we need to give to you per our standards. Things like we have arrangement letter for the services. Nothing unusual happened during the audit. The accounting policies and procedures are appropriate. And we had no disagreements with management, to sum it up. We did have just a few suggestions that we saw during the audit. A QuickBooks login, so nobody shares that. We just want a QuickBooks login for every user on its own. We do recommend a disaster recovery plan just be put in place. So if something happened, how would you get back up running? Bank reconciliations, we would like somebody to review those. We have discussed these two with Kelly. Just want to note that. And budget to actual reports, we just suggest that the board gets budget to actual reports on some kind of continual basis for review at meetings. And that basically sums up my my report.
Any questions for the auditor?
Should be on for the RBT invoice. Will she be on for the discussion under the RBT invoice? I just have a question on that.
Yeah, are you familiar with the invoice we received regarding the audit, Mayor, or the consulting services?
The consulting services.
Donna, are you?
I think the consulting one is Tom Kennedy, and I don't think Donna has any relation, but I'll let her talk.
No, I do not. I
Okay.
would, if it was on the audit, I could answer that, but no, I don't,
Okay.
I'm not involved with the consulting services, sorry.
Okay, no problem.
And I just did want to let everybody know, we've already added the QuickBooks logins already per Donna's recommendation. Patty and I came up with a process, so I review the bank reconciliations, and we already came up with a report to give everybody for budget to actual. So that'll start immediately based on their recommendations.
Thank you, Kelly. Any other questions for RBT? Thank you, Donna, for that presentation.
Thank you for having me.
Have a great day.
You too.
Moving on, any bills and communications?
Yes, we have 2 bills, consulting services from RBT in the amount of $3,000, and then the audit from RBT in the amount of $2,125. I know, Mary, you had some questions about the,
Yeah, I'm not disputing the amount of the bill. I just want to know how that this is specific to the Danza project, or is this something generic template that we're going to be able to follow for future requests for review? Because it seems to me if it's not excessive, I don't know how much work they did, but was some of this policy related versus actual review of the Danza financials, or?
I could update you on, yes, a lot of it ended up being policy related. Since we started getting requests now, we felt, and we discussed this, to have the consulting group help us with tax exemption extensions or sale of real property that, and so forth. So we worked with RBT to come up with a now standard, I would say, application that if other clients of ours were to come, this is what we would be sending out. I did send the application that was finalized to the Danza Lesser Group, and it's been about almost 3 weeks, I believe. Have not heard back, or they have not supplied us with the information as per the application. So I don't have an update in terms of where we're going with that right now, because we don't have the paperwork.
So my question would be, this initial consulting services is more or less to create
It's
a
more of an
template, and then-
administrative type
and then
of.
we'll be able to, how much are we going to assess applicants for a review by RBT? I guess that's why I wanted to get one of them on the line. How much, what will a typical applicant pay for after they fill out these forms that will be standardized for all future applicants?
We do have in the application fees in there, but I think we should clarify that with RBT. What are they going to review this?
Exactly.
Assist with we need to clarify that with them. But we
Okay.
do have some fees built in with the return of the application.
Okay, fair enough.
Any other questions about our bills? Any unfinished business from January?
No, I don't have any. Patty? Oh, we need a motion to pay the bills.
Yes, we do. Are we, Mayor, are we comfortable with paying this $3,000 bill?
Yeah, I'm comfortable. I just want
Yeah.
to make sure that for future applicants, and even in this case, how much are we going to assess
Danza
through
Lesser.
Danza Lesser? Because it seems like more work was done in putting together this, say, template or the application, and just so we can give future applicants an idea of what it's going to cost.
Regardless, though, $3,000 to RBT is, that point is moot. That's a fine charge.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with paying the bill, yeah.
So we're going to need a motion to pay RBT Consulting and Audit. We can do that in one motion. So moved. Thank you. A second? Any discussion? Roll.
Brito?
Yes.
Cantoli?
Yes.
Stefano?
Yes,
Hawkins?
Yes.
Madden?
Yes. All right. Unfinished business. Any unfinished business?
Just, Mr. Chairman, you had the presentation of the audit from RBT, and then if the board sees fit, this is all due by the end of the month to the state. Move to new business. And if there's any questions there.
We've hopefully all had an opportunity to look over the auditor's report, the annual report and the Paris report. Looking at it closely, and we look at the job creation and jobs retained over the past year, did we, with 2021 being a continuation of COVID, how do we make out job-wise with our projects?
Actually, each project did create jobs, like, for instance, the SML group, that's the Southeast Towers, created, SML, I'm sorry, is Promenade, created 4.5 jobs. Heritage created 2. Heritage is Clemson Brewery. Equilibrium 2, which is on South Street, created 16. Equilibrium on Henry Street, which is project number 1, created 1. And then we had Danza Lesser Group created 1.5 jobs. So it's good to see the growth during the pandemic.
Fantastic. Any other questions or comments? I will need a motion to accept the audit report, the annual report, and the Paris report for the year ending 12/31/20, and authorize the submission to New York State. So moved. A second? Any discussion? All right, roll.
Brito?
Yes.
Cantoli?
Yes.
Stefano?
Yes.
Hawkins?
Yes.
Madden?
Yes. And that concludes our agenda, so I need a motion for adjournment. Thank you, Mr. Brito. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.